Just read this story on this passenger that got into a Grab car and he asked the driver, can you please turn up the air conditioner? And the uncle did so, but after the ride, the uncle PM'd him and asked for 5 extra Singapore dollars, being for turning up the air conditioner, okay? When I initially read the story from 2 different sources, right, it was written there as the passenger actually asked the uncle, the Grab driver, to turn on the aircon, you know. I was like shocked. I was like thinking, are you serious? Grab drivers are picking up passengers with the aircon turned off right now? Is this really a new thing, a new way to save money, to save cost, to save fuel, to save petrol? I was like, then I checked carefully, no, the air conditioner was turned on. The passenger is only requesting to the uncle, can you please turn up the air conditioner, not turn on, okay? So now we have, context is clear right here, and then even in this message here, the uncle even asked him, aircon number 3, do you think you VIP? Which gives us even further context that it was turning up the air conditioner. Anyway, now Grab has responded and we know that this Grab driver has been suspended. And they have released a statement saying that it is against their driver partner code of conduct to impose additional charges unless there is a valid reason, such as extra steps beyond initial booking or additional child seats. A request to adjust the air conditioning should not have incurred a fee. So now you know it. The next time you get into a Grab ride, if you feel it's a bit humid and you want to really, enjoy the cold air, you can actually now request to the driver to turn up the aircon without incurring additional fee. But please also spare a thought for the drivers, because bigger aircon means more fuel burn, okay? That means more cost to the drivers themselves. So please enjoy the aircon level comfortably, okay? You don't need it freezing cold. A bit chill, a bit cool is enough, okay? Let's be kind and help each other. She vanished for 4 days on July 23rd, 2025, and she is only 14 years old. And her parents' greatest worry is she might be with a 47-year-old man that she met through an online game. Trigger warning to everyone out there, but parents, take note of this story, why you need to watch your children who are playing games online. July 23rd, 2025, 14-year-old Wong Yishan disappeared after her grandfather dropped her off at her school in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. When relatives went to pick Wong up, they realized Wong never attended class. And before Wong disappeared, Wong was already showing troubling signs such as returning home late after midnight with kiss marks on her neck, hinting at dangerous influences in her life. The family suspects Wong was lured by a 47-year-old man she met through online gaming, a figure with a shady past of fraud and debts to loan sharks, who had promised her a white SUV and even a house. Backtrack a bit of context, a few weeks before her disappearance, Wong's sister friend saw her getting on and off a white SUV and even took photos for evidence, shown here. And then, Wong's sister actually saw the man picking her sister up. Wong's sister went to confront the man and talk to the man, asking if he knew that Wong is 14 years old and also asked to see the man's IC. That's how they know that the man is 47 years old. And here is the most alarming part, okay? The 47-year-old man answered this to Wong's sister, okay? He said that they were only friends and he was willing to wait for her. Is this not grooming at this point? A 47-year-old man willing to wait for a 14-year-old girl. Is this not grooming? And Wong's father have tried several times to talk to his daughter to dissuade her from hanging out with this 47-year-old man. But she just rebutted him by claiming that the man is rich and even promised to give her his white SUV and even buy her a house. A 47-year-old man making such promises to a 14-year-old and even telling her sister that he was willing to wait for her. Once again, does this fall in line with grooming? Okay? This is very predatory right here, okay? Wong Yishan's father, I'm just gonna call him as Mr. Wong, is also very poor thing because he is working in Singapore and Wong Yishan studies in KL being looked after by her grandparents. And that white SUV that the man promised to Wong Yishan, is actually not even registered in his name. Thankfully, on July 27, 2025, Johor police found Wong Yishan safe in Batu Pahat, Johor, okay? 4 days after she vanished. Her father has been notified by 8 PM, but investigations are still ongoing right now to uncover the full story. Just closing off this story, parents, really watch who your kids are playing with online, okay? Sometimes they might say they're playing with their classmates or people that they know in real life, but then you have to do your own due diligence. You have to really make sure the friends they're playing with are really who they claim to be. And also to tell your children not to disclose any personal information online. Children don't have the ability like us adults, to decipher what is wrong, what is safe, what is dangerous as well as we do. We have to be there to guide them. And I know it's really tough for some of us because we have to work full-time jobs. Some of us are doing shift works which makes it even harder. Some are covering 12-hour shift. So I understand it is really difficult, and some parents are not tech savvy. They also don't understand the concept of online gaming. They don't even know where to see, where's the friends list and all that. In this case, then you need to look for help, someone who can monitor your children when they're online gaming. If not, you have to switch them to offline games, okay? There are games they can play, be it physical or electronic games, they are offline, okay? The same thing, not just online gaming, online social media presence of kids. You need to know who they're talking with. Take care, everyone. She continuously tried to trip a 20-month-old girl 4 times until the girl finally fell forward, bruising her face, having a nosebleed. This is your last story of the day, and trigger warning, everyone. Saida Kamarudin, 34-year-old former preschool teacher. Okay, this incident was in November 2023. The sequence of events is really disturbing and sickening, okay? So Saida was in a toilet doing cleanup for the victim, the 20-month-old toddler girl, when she suddenly used her right leg to sweep at the victim, causing the victim to stumble at the first trip attempt. Saida continued to use the same leg to trip the toddler for a second time. This time, the toddler fell backwards on the floor. Saida then picked the girl up and continued cleaning her face. As they were about to walk out of the toilet, Saida then tried to trip the child for the 3rd time. The child stumbled forward but did not fall. So she tried again for the 4th time. This time, the 20-month-old toddler girl fell forward, landing on her face and started crying. Saida picked her up and another teacher nearby came over to check on the child. This was when the child can be seen bleeding from the nose with a bruise under the nose. The totally unprovoked and persistence in Saida's method to trip the 20-month-old toddler is highly disturbing, okay? For a 20-month-old toddler, she has literally no idea that someone that should be caring and protecting her is trying to do her harm. She has zero context at all. She probably doesn't even know that someone was tripping her. All she knows, she was trying to walk, she stumbled, she tried to walk, she fell on her back, she tried to walk, she stumbled, she tried to walk, she fell on her face. Never would she have suspected it was her teacher. The victim's parents subsequently took her to see a doctor, lodged a police report, and asked to see CCTV footage which captured Saida committing the offence. Now on July 28, 2025, Saida was sentenced to 9 months and 2 weeks in jail after pleading guilty in June 2025 to 1 count of ill-treating the toddler. A second charge was considered during sentencing. Saida's defense claimed that she acted uncharacteristically but is remorseful. However, she could not explain her actions. Saida also stated that she felt the childcare center was not child-centric, contributing to her resignation, which she made weeks before the incident occurred. For context, she was serving her notice period during the incident, and her employment formally ended on November 14, 2023, with the incident being on November 6. We covered recently a story about a preschool teacher kicking out at a 4-year-old girl's shin, and now we have this victim right here who is only 20 months old. It seems that you can go for courses, to be a child caregiver, but not everyone is suitable to be a child caregiver. Also, for further context, Saida is actually a mother of 2.